After Tesla and Google, it's Uber's turn to upend an industry that has been rolling smoothly for over a century.
Shadows are following.
They're the surprise guest of the big race to the self-driving car.
Ain't no sun without you, babe.
Uber has had a fleet of self-driving cars since 2016 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and in San Francisco since 2017. Uber has invested heavily in recruiting the best robotic experts for its Pittsburgh research labs. The most recent recruit is head of Uber Advanced Technology's third Research and Development Center, Raquel Urtasun, in Toronto.
Uber is not planning to build its own self-driving car from scratch because it's a technology company. It's not a car manufacturer company. And there's many companies that are very good at that, right? Uber is trying to develop the hardware and the software that will be necessary to get self-driving cars at scale in our ride-sharing network. I basically developed what could be considered as the brain of the self-driving car. The technology behind all the algorithms that we build is actually deep learning, what is rebranded as AI these days, which is very interesting because it's the same technology that can serve many, many purposes. In this case, almost everything that goes in the stack of a self-driving car. So perception, prediction, planning, and mapping are all very important components of a self-driving car. And the reason why is that none of these components is actually perfect.
Behind the closed doors of research and development departments, the automobile is becoming a high-tech industry. A symbol of this excitement is tech giant Intel's spectacular purchase in 2017 of the Israeli startup Mobileye and its driver assistance systems for $15 billion.
$15 billion is huge. It's worth even more. It's now worth about as much as Peugeot's PSA for a company with just about 1,000 employees. You can no longer sit on your laurels. There are new avenues opening up. The automobile industry's entire value chain has been overturned. It's a slightly Darwinian state.
At this stage, it's hard to know who will come out the winner. An event hit like a cold shower in May of 2016, the first ever fatal accident for the driverless car. May 7, 2016. The Tesla's autopilot doesn't identify the truck that passes in front of it, likely blinded by the sun shining off the white trailer. The investigation would reveal that despite warnings, the driver did not seize back control. Was he really sitting in the driver's seat, his hands on the wheels, as the law demands? There's reason to doubt.
Currently in the United States, over 30,000 people are killed in accidents every year, and we accept that because it's human error. Will we accept some lesser number, but have that number be due to machine error? How safe is safe enough? We don't know yet.
Traffic is getting
In the
worse.
meantime, a utopian safety is one of the main selling points of the autonomous car.
Because the urgency is so large, in the time I have given this talk today, 34 people have died on America's roads. How soon can we bring it out? Well, it's hard to say because it's a really complicated problem. But these are my two boys. My oldest son is 11. And that means in 4.5 years, he's going to be able to get his driver's license. My team and I are committed to making sure that doesn't happen. Thank you.
What Chris Urmson passes off as a great urgency is in fact an old dream from the 50s.
You're now under automatic control. Hands-off steering.
Back when General Motors was dreaming of cars for the year 2000 that could be directed from control towers.
Here we go on the high-speed safety lane. Ah, this is the life. Safe, cool, comfortable. Mind if I smoke a cigar? Oh, not with this wonderful air conditioning. Hey, you want some ice cream or a cool drink?
Orange juice, please. Oh, me too.
I'm gonna go for the ice cream.
The year 2000 has come and gone, and there's still no control tower along our highways. But the idea of a safer road persists.
We've actually
As Chris
started
Urmson said,
to fix that bug, the driver.
does the driver agree to be pushed down to the status of bug? Faced with the industry's offer, a strong tendency is developing amid consumers. One that's shaking the automobile universe even more. In cities across the world, such as Beijing, consumers are increasingly foregoing the personal car. Rather than be the owner of a car that's parked an average 95% of the time, they'd prefer to use a service. Like most of her friends, this young woman is in the habit of ordering a Didi Zuqing, the Chinese answer to Uber.
You can use the systems like Didi or to sharing a car. That's enough for everyone to get wherever you want. So there's no need to own a car for your own health, for the health of Beijing somewhere we love.
Ding embodies the new city-dwelling consumer, for whom the car is more of a burden than a freedom.
You have to think about where to park the car. You have to stay in the car, whatever how bad, how terrible the traffic is. You can't leave your car. But you can get off whenever you want if you are on the service car.
The death of the individual car has been announced. Starting in 2011, the city of Paris installed a system of electric cars available to all by subscription. In the years since, car-sharing systems have flourished across the planet. Mercedes and BMW each launched their own service. In China, the traditional state car rental company, Shuqi, created GoFun. Its offices are in Beijing's business district. Their marketing director is convinced that car sharing is the future of our cities.
In the future, I think, maybe 3, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, like for example in Beijing, when you live in the city and when you want to go out somewhere, there will be only 2 kind of services available. The first thing is the public transportation system, which is organized by the government, like subways, like buses, maybe bicycles. The second way, you tell your mobile where you want to go, what you want to do. Either you go to the public service system, either you use your private one.
The research firms are unanimous. Cars as our parents knew them are over. Nicolas Louvet is the CEO of the French research specialists 6T.
We're finding that fewer youths are passing their license under the age of 25. But wait, it's getting later and later amongst young people who live in the major cities of modern economies. So why is that? At first we thought it's because the license costs a lot. Then we thought, no, it's the car that's expensive. So we made low-cost cars, etc. But what we're actually seeing isn't really this. Emancipation is less and less associated with cars, and increasingly with smartphones. Since the smartphone's arrival, people are increasingly leaving their fathers and mothers at 13 to go to their room and watch YouTubers.
Freedom is no longer the car, it's the smartphone. And that's what weighs on us when we drive, to no longer be able to use one's smartphone.
What's interesting is that smartphones, this travel time that once had no value, has started to have some for people who sent their emails before reaching work, or who travel listening to music, or play video games, read their newspaper, read their files.
Will car-sharing services bring back those who've grown bored of cars? In San Francisco, one only needs to stand at a corner to see how the ride-sharing applications are eating away at the market for private cars. This car is working for Uber, this one for its competitor Lyft, and this one is working for both. Today at this corner, every other car is a rideshare. A German research firm had fun estimating the proportion of rideshares that will be available by the time the autonomous car is perfected.
They say that perhaps in 2030, or whenever this technology is completely available, this will cover up to 1/3 of all the kilometers driven in the world. Not just in modern economies, but across the planet. Will be of that sort, what we call autonomous cars on demand.
The autonomous vehicles belonging to rideshare companies would take over the market for individual cars. That's why the Uber and the Lyfts of the world have become a serious threat to traditional car makers.
If such a large proportion of trips made and kilometers are provided by operators such as Uber, that means that a huge part of the business becomes mobility. We're selling kilometers, journeys. Builders run the risk of finding themselves in the situation where the biggest part of the value chain is no longer them, but the operator.
They forgot about us. How are we gonna get home? Let's call it Didi?
Didi Suqing is the international champion of mobility. Headquartered to the north of Beijing, in a neighborhood resembling America's Silicon Valley, Didi Suqing is breaking all the records.
We do 25 million rides a day. That is twice as many as everybody else added up together, which means we get so much data we can train our algorithm better and smarter. And that's very important because when autonomous vehicles go into their mature stage, when they go out to win support from the government, communities, citizens, parents, right? You need to make sure they're safe. They have the best support system.
Didi Suqing is looking further yet with a more global strategy. By collecting all this data, Didi Suqing aims to offer a global management of transportation to all of China's cities.
We actually have the most accurate and complete picture of transportation flows in any Chinese city. We are already helping over 20 cities in China to improve their traffic. How? We can not only describe the real-time data, but also forecast within 30 minutes time to tell them, look, this traffic jam is going to happen. We will be able to dispatch enough rides, cars, bikes, minibuses, buses towards that direction so that that traffic jam never has to happen. This is the world of perfect mobility that we imagine for the city.
The robot taxi is king in Didi Suqing's wonderful world. No more traffic jams thanks to the real-time remote management of traffic flows. Hiding behind the autonomous car, the operators are vying for governance of the city in lieu of public authorities. The privatization of public spaces has become a major stake in this revolution. And with it comes the specter of Big Brother, when the autonomous car operators will know everything about our movements. A young American imagined an alternative autonomous car project as a means of escaping from the grips of these mobility behemoths. George Hotz, also known as GeoHot, first came to attention while still in high school in 2007 by hacking the iPhone. Now this young computer genius wants to show that with just $1,000 of equipment bought over the internet, it was possible to teach any car how to drive.
How do humans learn to drive? Well, they watch other people drive. And then they try it and they get better. And that's exactly what we're doing here. So right now we're just in the watching phase. We have not told this car anything about driving. We've shown it 10 hours of human driving footage, and we're like, here is what the human did. Behave like that human as much as you can.
He asked volunteers to share their driving information to help create a collaborative autonomous car.
This is driving, man.
He's thumbing his nose at the automobile industry. From San Francisco to Beijing, passing through Berlin, the race of the self-driving car is well underway.
Il y a beaucoup d'argent qui arrive.
Lots of money is coming in. There's a wave, that's certain. We'll see if it's a bubble afterwards, if it explodes. I personally think that we are just in a very important moment of technological transformation. That is at the crossroads with huge social needs. Pollution, global warming, time lost in traffic. There are lots of reasons to invest in these things.
Whether they invade our roads in the form of options and luxury cars or fleets of ride shares, the autonomous car promises to bring order to our cities at a time when urban population growth should reach 50% between now and 2025. But who will set the rules of this new world?
People should be skeptical about promises made by companies, and they should look to their government to provide standards. Because today, you look at the airline, air travel industry, there is no airline that is saying that we are safer than another because they all have to meet a safety standard. And so this is the case for future autonomous vehicles. They should all have to meet a standard. And what that standard is yet to be determined.
Fortunately,
I'm going to go very, very fast here.
There will always be video games.
I'm going to try and reach 300.